Two.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Okay. All right. So in this clip, you know, listen, I know a lot of yous come over from Reddit and from Pricescope and from the various forums online. A lot of yous have been finding us on AI, and let me just say, we appreciate everybody who comes to us. But something that I want to make our online clients 110% aware of is that the diamonds that you see, especially, I'm really focusing in this clip here on laboratory grown diamonds, because when people see lab reports online, stamped or labeled or however it is, with the hearts and arrows, that this diamond is a hearts and arrows, okay, they automatically assume that the grading is proper and right. And to the diamond's credit, okay, so when we're looking at an IGI report of a diamond, I just called in 2 diamonds recently, from a good manufacturer. He stocks a lot of goodies, and we've bought from them before for, and here the diamond is labeled ideal cut. So on this summary information, we see a 57 table, a 61.6 depth, which is a great place to start. Hearts and arrows as grown. So this is a nice, is an HPHT diamond. It did not have excessive graining in it. It had no visible stria and no overblue. So, as far as the crystal itself is concerned, it was a nice clean crystal, which we vetted here. I would never say that about a diamond we don't vet, because you can have D internally flawless and the diamond be saturated with internal growth characteristics that you can visibly see. We weed that. That's one of the main things we weed out as we're vetting diamonds. But this one here, I just want to show you now. Look here's the PDF report on it. And let's just zoom in on these features here. So, as grown, no indication of any post-growth treatment. Laboratory grown diamond was created high pressure, high temperature. It's labeled as a hearts and arrows. See that? So look at these angles, 34.6 degree crown angles, 40.8 pavilion angles. Everything about it is screaming, mwah. Okay? So, when I'm calling in a diamond like this, I'm thinking, okay, this is going to be a hottie. And to an extent it is, okay. But look at these hearts and arrow images. When you look at that, you're thinking, wow, this one's really going to be perfection. All right. And a lot of yous on, we have a lot of armchair gemologists out there on the forums who, this is all the data they have to go by, granted. And so, the first knee-jerk reaction is, oh, this one's the best deal. Buy that one. All right, and this one did come in at a really good deal, but is it what it is? This diamond really as it's being portrayed online? Well, one of the main reasons why we do what we do here is because we want to inspect and vet everything that comes through our laboratory. So if a client is coming to us for a hearts and arrows round, let me show you something. What I have up here on the screen is the actual model of this diamond. When we bring diamonds into the laboratory, we have a 25, right? It's probably costing around 25 to 30 grand these days just to pick up the scanner. It's a professional scanner we use in the industry. It's the same scanner that GIA and AGS and all the major labs use. It's the Sarin scanner, and it provides very detailed information on whatever it is that we're scanning. So watch. Here is the actual hearts and arrows images. So when you look at the arrows image, okay, you say, hey, not a bad looking arrows image. the arrow shafts are slightly disconnected from the arrow heads. Okay? But it's not a train wreck. However, when we turn this over, so this will face up. Listen, to its credit, it will face up very similarly to a hearts and arrows. And we do have a lot of clientele who say, you know something, if it looks good, I'm fine with it. Especially if they can get it at a lower price. So that's okay. Perfectly okay. Watch, though, when we take this diamond and flip it upside down in the hearts and arrows viewer, womp womp. Let me give you an example of what is considered a true hearts and arrows, a true and a vetted hearts and arrows. We're going to go to the same views. Now, this is a diamond that's also in our inventory. Okay, here is the arrows image. All right, you can see look at the alignment of the arrow shafts and the arrow heads, the virtual perfect continuity in the reflections in the star facets. This right here is a beautifully clean arrows image. This one is a little on the wonky side. Okay, so the thing is this, you know, if I'm going to pay a premium for precision, give me the precision. Now, we were talking about the hearts patterning. There's the bottom, and here's the bottom of this one. Look at the difference. Once again, consistency and continuity. So you guys on the forums, you know, and you armchair gemologists out there who are out there telling people, oh, you're paying too much money for this, or you pay. Listen, yeah. If the diamonds are not being sold as presented, then yeah, they should be cheaper, and there's reasons for it. The cutter, the diamond cutter who took his time to get this level of precision, put more, I can tell you from experience, put more labor into the cutting of this diamond than he did this wonky thing. All right? So this, I mean, you know, this is just one example, but geez Louise, this came in. Here's another one that came in. This one here is a 338. Oh, one other thing. Hold on. I want to show you about this other one. Okay, so that's the face-up view. You see what we're... This is a distinctive hearts and arrows diamond here. The other one would not make it. It will not make the brand. But the other thing I want to point out too are asset results. Asset results, if you've been following along with our particular company for any period of time, you know that asset results are extremely important to us, because asset results determine light performance, the overall beauty of the diamond. Here is the hearts. This is a distinctive hearts and arrows asset result. Here is the other. Okay. Now, once again, is this diamond a train wreck, this 305? No, it's not a train wreck. However, it's not this one. Are you following me? All right. So when we're inspecting diamonds to buy for inventory, you know, unlike a lot of the armchair gemologists out there, we're not just looking at a certificate. Even if it says hearts and arrows on the certificate, as you can see, that's no guarantee of top-of-the-line optics or precision. This one here is exhibiting some leakage under the table, which a distinctive will never have. Never. All right? I don't care. You can call me crazy. If somebody is going to drop the bucks with us, if they're going to lay out their hard-earned capital with us, in fact, it's one of the questions that we ask in our Find Me the Diamond form. Do you want a precision cut hearts and arrows like we cherry pick or hand pick, or do you want, or can it be an almost hearts and arrows? This one's an almost hearts and arrows. Now, let me just pause this for one quick second. Okay, what I wanted to pull up to show you in this video is, while this diamond is not the same as this diamond with regards to tech data, level of precision of the hearts and arrow cuts, everything like that, in fairness, I do want to say this, and like I said before, once again, this diamond is not a train wreck. This is not the comparison of here's the pretty diamond, here's the ugly diamond. That's not what we're trying to say, okay? But what I am trying to say is they're not the same caliber, all right? If you want this caliber, that's the distinctive brand. These here, they're all over the place. I can get them in more like a dime a dozen. These I got to hunt down. Here I called in 2 stones from a reliable manufacturer, and neither one of them were actual hearts and arrows. But I wanted to pull up this report here for you. This, what I'm showing you on the screen right now, is our Rhino's Gem Report. It's a report that's exclusive to our laboratory. We run it here when we get it, and I love this report because it shows me everything that I want to know with regards to any round brilliant cut diamond. It could be an IGI diamond, it could be a GCal diamond, it could be an HRD, it could be, it could even be another GIA diamond. On this report, I can determine everything with regards to where this diamond will fall within the GIA cut grading system and the AGS cut grading system. So this is on the 305 DVVS1. As you can see, this diamond would get an AGS cut grade of ideal. So that's an AGS cut grade of 0 happens to be the highest cut grade that AGS will assign to a diamond. And this diamond does in fact qualify as an AGS ideal, and at the same time it does qualify as a GIA excellent. So this is one of these rare diamonds. Here's the rarity factor of it, is that it falls in the delta of GIAX AGS ideal. Those, I'm going to tell you right now, of all of the diamonds on the market, I don't care if the diamond says ideal hearts and arrows on an IGI report or what it says, it's got to fall. If the diamond falls in that delta, that is number 1 qualification for a distinctive hearts and arrows. But number 2, it's got to have the hearts and arrows to back that up as well. And if you notice, you'll see the arrows pattern here on the diamond, and it's got that, you see how the hearts look wonky? The arrows don't look completely, or perfectly aligned. They do look aligned. And like I said, this is not an ugly diamond. If somebody said, John, I'll buy this diamond from you at a cheaper price than a hearts and arrows, it's good enough for me. Totally, totally fine. Totally fine. I'll sell it to you. So, in any case, this is one example, and then I happen to have another. I had another example to show you. That's a 305. There was another one, a 338. And just to, now that you know what we're looking for here, you'll see the differences. Once again, a nice looking arrows pattern, not bad at all. Let's go to the bottom view. Okay, no, notice once again the hearts pattern is wonky. So you got a small one here, a big one here, a smaller one here, a bigger one here, a smaller one there. You don't have that consistency like we had in the distinctive hearts and arrows. So this is a wonderful, wonderful demonstration of the, see the difference? Consistently perfect, consistently wonky. Now, like I said, and this is the same kind of situation. Even though it's not a perfect hearts and arrows, and and nor does it have the this, and watch, the asset results are also different on this as well. Oops. Oops, sorry about that. Let me pull that one up again. Okay, so here's the face-up asset results. Notice too, you got some leakage occurring under the table. And once again, not a train wreck, but not that. And then here's our Rhino's report on it. Similar kind of situation here. A wonky hearts pattern. However, the diamond does get that AGS light performance grade of 0. Meets the GIA excellent cut standards. Oh, ignore this. These are metrics that I input manually. For some reason, they were saved as an EVS2. It's not an EVS2. These are the DVVS ones because I have them. I named the files proper. So in any case, but yeah, look at this: a 34.5 crown angle with a 40.8 pavilion angle and a 56 table with a 61.9 depth. You can't ask for better stats as far as that goes. Those are average crown and pavilion angles. The hearts and arrows images looks at the precision of all of the facets. So we're looking at patterning, we're looking at light performance, and once again, if somebody contacts us and says, you know what, John, I just want a gorgeous, gorgeous round, a top of the line round with, it doesn't necessarily have to be a hearts and arrows. Well, I may get you one that says hearts and arrows on the report. When you fill out our Find Me a Diamond form and communicate to me what it is you want, we're going to find you what you want, and 99% of the time in the budget range that you're specifying, unless you put something ridiculous down there. I'm helping a guy right now who contacted me for 3-carat DVVSs, and he has a 30 grand budget. Maybe in a retail store, but not online, and not with us. I told him you're going to save a heck of a lot of money, getting that with us. But in any case, I just wanted to make you guys aware of it, because there's a lot of people, and let me say this, well-meaning people who will point you in certain directions and at certain diamonds. But there's a lot of people out there who are a little more particular than the armchair gemologists. All right, so at Distinctive Gem, we're all about finding out what it is that you want and what level of precision you want or don't want, and serve you according to your needs. All right, it's all about making life as easy as possible, on your end and on our end. Thank you for watching this video. I'm going to put a link in this video to a video that we took actually of these exact 3 diamonds in natural lighting. And you're going to see, really what you're going to see in a practical observation is just how beautiful all 3 of them are really. All right, thanks for watching. Have a great day.